Today's video is a bit different. Instead of my usual pithy review of an early access or fully released game, I'm taking a look at the newly released alpha of Everspace from Rockfish Games. The full video is somewhere around 25 minutes long, but I'll only be talking for the first few minutes while I give you an overview and brief review/preview of the alpha, then I'll let the video continue playing so you can see several system jumps and watch me duke it out with the AI and, spoiler alert, die horribly. Keep in mind as you watch this video that Everspace is still an alpha, and this is the first alpha release of the game. It's extremely polished at this stage and has very few bugs, but there's a lot of content that just hasn't been put in yet. So the first question obviously is, what is Everspace? It's clearly a space sim of some sort, that much is obvious, but it's not like Star Citizen or Elite Dangerous, which are open world, free-roaming MMO space sims. Instead, Everspace is a single-player roguelite that is more in common with FTL than it does anything else. You play as the pilot of a small starfighter jumping from system to system, gathering resources as you go so that you can repair your ship, craft missiles and parts for your ship, and get to a jump gate that lets you progress to the next set of worlds. If you think this sounds exactly like FTL, it has a lot of similarities. In fact, I'd almost say that Everspace in its current form is FTL, but from a different perspective. The first thing that jumps out at you when you play Everspace is how stunning everything looks. This is one of the game's core strengths, and the developers were incredibly clever to start their viral and social marketing campaigns by demonstrating the game's graphics front and center. You'll see alien worlds, huge fields of asteroids and ice, wreckages of massive spaceships, black holes, electrical storms, plasma clouds, explosions that make your heart stop, and yeah, I could gush for hours about the different things you'll see, but it's better if you just watch instead. There isn't a lot of content to go on, but what's in place speaks volumes about where the game is going. There's already a basic crafting system in place and a way to use each death you experience to upgrade your ship on future runs, so you don't feel like you're losing 100% of your progress every time you die. These upgrades add small but vital bits to your ship, expanding the fuel capacity, shortening your shield recharge time, adding more inventory slots, and so on. You buy these after you die with the credits you picked up on your former life, so the game really does reward you even though you have to restart after each death. Speaking of deaths, you will die a lot. Near the end of this video, you'll see how I get trapped trying to find a jump inhibitor when a capital ship jumps in, trapping me and keeping me from locating the inhibitor so that I can leave the system. When I played last night, I didn't have enough fuel to safely make a jump, and since there wasn't any fuel in the system I was in, I had to risk the jump anyway. The jump damaged my life support system, and I didn't have the right resources required to repair it, so I was slowly dying as the oxygen in my ship ran out. I tried a couple more jumps to different systems, incurring more and more ship and ship system damage each time, but was unable to find the required resource, so I chose to go out in a hail of gunfire as I took on a pack of alien fighters, over suffocating to death. What I'm getting at is Everspace is hard, brutally so, but it's also rewarding. If you play smart and have some luck, you'll stock up on more resources than you know what to do with. And then, 2 jumps later, you'll lose it all as 3 capital ships jump in front of you as you're meandering through an asteroid field, and before you can turn to escape, you're dead. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. Is it incredibly fun? Even more so. Everspace isn't exactly what I expected from when I first backed it. I was expecting something more open world than FTL and roguelike, but from the several hours of alpha that I've played so far, I'm incredibly happy with what's been put together. And this is one of the few Kickstarter projects that I have zero worries about, and I can't wait to see what Rockfish brings in future updates. I'm Mike, and this is Game Night with Mike. I'll have more previews and reviews of Everspace as new updates are released, but in the meantime, enjoy this extended look at the game.